Well, this is just a test. I want to see how long this records, but we will talk in this. But we were saying that she likes to cause a lot of arguments, and she likes to disrespect us, and she calls us all kinds of names, and she, one of my problems is the way she belittles my religion, like by saying, you gotta take your hat off, even if it is only a Catholic church, or other things like that, and then just saying, like, the way she said, only a Catholic church, it's like, really? And then it's a lot. And the way she's walked around naked before, she's come out of her room like almost every other morning. She stopped since me and mom called her out on the phone, and she got all mad and angry and yelled and screamed. And then she said she has lots of guy friends that she can do that for. So why would she do it to a bunch of teenagers? And then she calls herself a woman, a guy, but you talk about having a lot of guy friends. For real. Well, what is that? Bro. Like, really? I have a lot of guy friends I can do that for. Really? For?
The people she sent us to respite with was nice, but one time she sent us to her sister's house.
Roach
and roaches and stuff, and I was trying to report it, but I don't know how to find a way how to report it, because I'm kind of back and forth. I just want my education and basketball, but I'm just tell it to my caseworker and stuff, or I'm just report
that house is just,
because if they don't tell the judge or report it, I'm gonna just say it to the judge. I'm like, and she been doing this and that, and she sent us, but I don't even think that
the judges won't give either, because the judges work with them.
But they should, if they even did, why would they let us go there if she had roaches?
They don't care. They don't care. They're about the money, right? That's all they care about. Just like her, just like every CPS worker in this whole city. Just all these cops who work with CPS and the sheriffs who work with CPS. Everybody who works with CPS, that's all they care about is the money. Messing with people.
Some foster moms are fun, but I like some of them, because the people I went with respite with was better than most of these foster parents. I only went with 2. This the second one. I like the lady I went to respite. Name is Lisa, and I had fun there with her sons. We was playing the game and stuff. Once we got in the car, my little brother was like, "Are we going to pick up Jacob?" She just got to yelling at him for no reason. And I was like, I just sat right there. I didn't want to join, because she was going to get to yelling at me, and I just didn't want to hear her just yelling at us and stuff. So I was like,
she just yells at everybody for no particular reason. You know, one of my other problems is, this is kind of small, but she's always making something fried, and it's like, really, it's nasty. This is a side problem, but really my main problem. This one time, this is before they even here, but this one time, this woman decides that she's gonna cause an argument on the phone, and I start getting stressed out, and I start to, freak out a little bit. And then when my mom calls me back to calm me down, as a nurse says, I'm gonna let you talk to your mom so you can calm down. Then I'm talking with my mom, and her flips out. She throws herself on the chair. She tries to disconnect the phone at the phone line. She threw herself over a whole armchair trying to disconnect the phone. For real. I was like, really? And then she hung up on my mom. Before I could even say goodbye, or goodnight, or I love you, or anything. She just hung up. Just hung up. It's bad. And then CPS, they call us to a meeting, and she set up a meeting because me and Giovanni wanted to go outside or whatever. court. We wanted to go to some stores, and she set up a meeting with Dutch and me and Rebecca. And apparently, then they said my mom was supposed to be there, but then they didn't even tell my mom about the meeting. So then later they could say my mom didn't show up to the meeting and was irresponsible, even though she didn't know about the meeting.
That's what they do.
That's what they do all the time.
One time we had to go to court. They had to reschedule it for like almost 3 days. We had to go, like, I think it was Tuesday. They canceled it to Wednesday. We went there Wednesday, canceled it. We went there Thursday, canceled it.
That's what they were doing to me too with my court. They're always rescheduling. Oh, Dutch was on vacation. We got rescheduled. Of course she was on vacation the day of court. Bull. That's just complete bullshit. That's what it is. That's the last. I'm not gonna say much more of that word, but that's what it was. That's what they always were doing. Cancel it. Read this, read that. It's like, for real. Always canceling court, constantly. Have me show up, have my mom show up, and then everybody shows up, and then they're just like, no, we're gonna cancel it. We're not ready yet. And then they're able to lie in the stand. They've been trying to say my mom's crazy since 2008. And then we're in court, and at one point, Dutch, when she was getting questioned by her attorney, said that they had crossed off something off of the record saying my mom did not have something, right? It was crossed off, which means my mom didn't have it. Then, when my attorney, or my mom herself, because they took her attorney away, questioned Dutch, Dutch said my mom did have it. They can lie on the stand. And then I told them I wanted nothing to do with my sister Tiffany, and they still put me in contact with that wretched person. By the way, that person stole from me and my mom and nearly had my mom killed. Because that week they were trying to figure out what was worth more, porn or snuff film. And they nearly tried to have my mom killed with her own Jeep. They had these springs set up, and my mom got caught on them, and her Jeep was having problems with the engine, right? So what you had to do is you had to click a button inside that Chad, my brother-in-law, who's a complete evil person, decided to install. So my mom clicked the button and the Jeep starts moving. And my mom goes to move out of the way, and she couldn't because they had these springs set up there on purpose, probably. Her shoelace got caught. And then Chad gets in the car, a trained mechanic, and no, he doesn't put it in neutral. He doesn't put it in reverse. He put it into drive. They crushed my mom's knees, and then they hid the springs. So when the ambulance showed up with no police car, mind you, it looked like she was crazy. But so she just said, no, never mind, I'm fine. Because she couldn't let them say she was crazy. Because they hid the springs. And then Dutch was trying to say that didn't even happen. Dutch Lydell, my case manager. But back onto this house. What else is some stuff that's been going on that she does?
I'm trying to think because she says a lot of things.
Like, what else is this, like, big stuff she does? Other than locking us up the house in the cold. 20-degree negative. Ooh, that was bad. That was so horrible. I felt like when your feet start to get a little warm, but they're really cold and they start to get warm and a little tingly, that means you're starting to get hypo.
That day, we wasn't even thinking. We were just trying to get in the house and be warm. Cause we could have just went to the post office or somewhere and reported that. But we wasn't thinking. Cause the lady next door, we didn't even know her, told us to come in. Cause my brother kept knocking on the door.
Kept knocking on Zenoria's door.
Yup, and then once we got in, Zenoria pulled up. And Jacob, he had to go to his visit. Cause the lady that pulled up for Jacob came and got him. And then once we got in the house, she was like,
you could have gone to neighbors and stuff. We don't know the neighbors.
Right, we do not know.
We don't neighbors. We don't go to strangers. We don't know the neighbors.
Cause this lady, she was like, don't talk to strangers. I was looking, I was like, I don't want, that's a stranger. Cause I don't know who she is. I don't know her name. She just came out. But I'll be thankful for that, but
we didn't know. We're not gonna go to random people's door. Plus, they're not always home.
Right.
How we know if they're home? We don't know when they leave. We don't know when they're back. We don't know who they are. So how do we know when they're gonna be there? Even kids at school says, when I tell them about the stuff that happens, even they say it's crazy. And why was I even taken? They don't even understand it. Kids at school don't even understand it. Like, they're like, why? And I tell them why CPS did it, and I tell them I don't know I tell them the real reason why they did it, and then I tell them what they say the reason was, like their fake made up reason. And kids are like that. Well, that's bull. First of all, secondly, how can they take you just because you left at your house alone for a little bit while your mom went to get the Wi-Fi for your homework? I was being homeschooled for like a year. So my mom had enough of the school district. And so, yeah. But what else is there? I think we got a lot. I wish I still have my messages on my tablet, because mom had given me a whole list of things to bring up. We got meds. It's messing up our meds. Sometimes not even being here. At the time she went to the casino,
and she came back until
she didn't come back to 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. You guys weren't even awake. I was awake though. I had school.
I fell asleep, and then Draco was. I guess wasn't you on the phone with your mom until that time. Then she got to complaining, talking about he crazy. He should have went to sleep over some meds, and this and that.
And my mom called her. She yelled at my mom and then hung up. So she yells at my mom, he's not with you right now. I know how to take care of his sister. I've been taking care of Jacob for a whole year. Where were you and all this other bullshit? Where was her? Where was she? Trying to get me back from people like you. And then she just hangs up on my mom. And then later my mom messaged me. And I was like, my mom messaged me, hey, you better get out. I just talked with Zenoria, heads up. That was kind of funny because the way she texted that. She said, I just called Zenoria. You better duck and run. My mom was really funny for that. That was really funny. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So she said, I just gotta go to the garden, right? And I gotta just check on this, like put a thing through, fax some things or something like that, or post something off at the post office or something. I don't remember exactly. And then when I call, or she calls the house like at around 10, 11 o'clock, I hear casinos and slots in the background. I'm like, yup, I know where you went, casino. You always stop at Piggly Wiggly to buy those lottery tickets, which means if you're always doing that constantly, then why would you not go to a casino? She was at a casino and she didn't get back till 5:30. And then she said that she got back, but she had to run out again. No, you didn't. You didn't get back because I wasn't asleep until like real late. But let's think, what else? Because we need 13 minutes. I can go longer than this. I can go about 15 still.
I just need to think, but I've been forgetting a lot of things.
Giovanni probably has a lot to say. But
yeah.
Sleeping.
That's who we really need. My brother. He got a lot of things. He got a lot of things to say about her.
I got a lot too, but like we basically covered it all. I'm trying to think what else is there. Let's think. There's a lot though to think of what's the most important. What's she like? The way she talks to people. She belittles people. She talks to people like they don't know what they're doing and that they're stupid.
That's how she treats us.
Like we're stupid. We're worthless. Like we're just a paycheck. Being that paycheck being $6,000 a month. Then she talks about I don't have that kind of money. Yes, you do have that kind of money. You're making $6,000.
She complaining about it.
She ain't complaining about it. And my mom was making that much money a month.
I just If I did have kids, I was making that much money. I was spending some money on my kids by what they want.
2,000 of it would go towards them. Shoot, that's what it's supposed to be anyway.
Right. I save some for the rent and stuff, but she's just stingy.
She hasn't even given us allowance for like the last month.
Ever since 2017 hit.
No, not even 2017.
Oh yeah, before 2017.
Like, she hasn't given us allowance since the 30th, because that's like a legitimate time. Because she had given us $100, but that was just to make herself look good. Because she told CPS about that. I was down there. She was telling Rebecca about that. Yeah, I give him $100. Blah blah blah. I heard her. I'm not stupid. She just did that to make herself look good, and all she has to make herself look good. She could make herself look bad, but they won't think she's bad. She could do anything, cause that's what they want. They want her to mistreat us, cause that's what they like. It's one big head game.
I'm just saying, can you report the video to other people so we can come home with our family? But I'm just saying that this is all messed up and stuff.
CPS, you can't trust CPS. You can't trust the cops. Keep your kids away from the doors at all times. I don't care if you have to put a shock collar around their neck. You keep them away from the doors.
There's been a lot of things.
Better put up 5 baby gates stacked up to the ceiling. Keep them away from the doors.
But I got a lot of things I gotta say with this other lady. The other lady we went with, she was talking about she can spit a blade. Her cousin nephew was in the military.
Miss White.
Yep, her name was Miss White. And she was talking about her nephew was in the military and she can get a blade and just spit it out her neck. It was me, my brother, and this boy. His name is Eugene, and he was there and stuff. She kept threatening us and stuff.
She had a gun.
And she had a gun. And she tried to say that we brung it in her house, but we really didn't.
The baby ran into a thing, hit his head, and the gun fell down.
Right.
That's what you guys told me. And then Eugene found it. The baby really, in a way, found it.
The baby really found it. And then
but Eugene, technically,
he's the
one who found it. Baby didn't mean to find it. Baby wasn't like...
She had it in his room, Eugene's room.
And she had it up in his room.
Yep.
Baby hit his head or something, right?
Right, yep. He was jumping in the bed, hit his head.
And the gun fell.
Yep. And then Eugene was like, I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. He went to go get the towel and grab the gun. He was like, Jay-Sean, look. I was like, what you doing with that? He was like, she had it in my room, had it. I was like, you better put it back. He's like, I am. I just want you to catch this picture of it and you report it. I was like, bet. And I'll do it. And I did it.
And that's how you ended up here.
They still didn't do nothing.
What move you here? What move you here? Right back in the hell anyway. Remember the protein powder incident?
Oh yeah, I'm just telling you the truth. My cousin gave me it because I asked him. I just wanted to grow some muscles because I'm skinny and stuff. I'm skinny.
And she starts yelling at him about that's not over. That's not that if that's prescription medicine, you don't know what you're doing with that. You could blah 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 overdose. He's like, no, I'm not going to. I know how to use this stuff. Right. And she just keeps going on and yelling and screaming. And anytime I ever check, and this one time, this is kind of a funny one, right? I'm downstairs and I'm washing the dishes and Giovanni was needing a bag to help put away the food that she wanted him putting away, and she was busy. And then when I asked for the food, when he kept asking for the bag, she said it was busy. I said, alright, I got it. And he said, was he talking to you? He wasn't talking to you. And no, I'll get the bag. And I'm like, it's just a bag.
Every time she yells at Giovanni,
really?
Every time she yells at Giovanni, sometimes it'd be for no reason.
In the argument, was she talking about my mom when she said the demon lady or something? Because on the recording, we heard something about the demon lady.
I can't remember, but...
Because I had that recording somewhere.
She been saying a lot of stuff
on my voice recorder. Or no, I got it on the camera somewhere. Yeah, I got it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. We have to listen to it later. But when she was yelling at you about the smart ass thing, I swear we picked up in a recording. We listened real close, and we kept replaying it. And it said demon lady on the phone. And who was the only person that she was talking about? My mom.
She was talking about his mom one time, cause he wanted to be in his room that one time. He didn't want to talk to nobody. I don't blame him if his mom said something to him. But she was
my mom was just trying to
right
get to me and and then they act like my phone calls go bad. Even if there's an argument, in the end I always feel better because my mom always treats me back up. But parents have the right to yell at their kid if they have to yell at their kid to wake them up. Mm-hmm. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. But in the end I always feel better than I did before the phone call. No matter what happened during the phone call, I always feel better because I just got to talk with my mom. And these people act like, oh, well, you're not supposed to be arguing, blah, blah, blah. People have arguments, especially when you've spent most of your life with them. And then you're going through a hardship and you're angry. You might have an argument here and there. But these CPS acts like... And then they do all this stuff. Like calling my sister. I told them I wanted contact with Chris. I wanted contact with Brennan and Katie. I did not want contact with Tiffany. And they still decided to call Tiffany. They could have called Chris. Considering on Facebook it says mobile. There's a mobile phone. He has a mobile phone. You could have contacted him through that. You didn't have to contact Tiffany to contact Chris. And then, I don't know. And then, yeah, it's just they always bring up these names. And when I get too many names brought up, I start to get sick. CPS is out to get these kids, and that's all I know. They're just out there to make money and take kids. We gotta think of more. What else? Oh, there's a time before they were here when I put an alarm on my door because people didn't know how to knock. They always just walk through the door. I was trying to teach out the other two kids that were here before these two to knock. And she came in the room this one time and the alarm went off and she shoved me out of the way and ripped my alarm off the door, basically breaking it because it won't stick back on because she broke this stuff. And then she just broke my alarm and she starts going crazy and she shoved me and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. And this one time, now fast forward all the way to the future, involving her getting physical with people. Giovanni was coming to my room. He was in my room. We were chilling on the game. She said, "All right, you guys got to go to your own rooms." He said, "Okay." And she said, "What did you say to me? What did you say to me?"
And I said, "Okay." And then
that's what he said.
Yo, smart A-mouth. Then once he plugged out his charger, tried to go in the room.
She came attacking him.
Right.
And she's grabbing him on the arm. And he's trying to keep his phone away from her.
And she pulled his charger. Gave him his charger in 2 days, and his charger was broke. And he was like, "You broke my charger. You got to give me another one." She was like, "I'm the one who bought you that charger." And he said, I bought it for $7 at the phone.
The New Wave. No, not the New Wave. That's the one right there by the Dollar Tree. But sometimes look like it say Dollar. Look like it say Dollar Tree because the letter broken, but still. But yeah, so she's grabbing on him and she scratched his arm and yanking on him and pushing him and all kinds of stuff. Dang, 23 minutes and 57 seconds. But yeah, it's been really bad over here at 5208 Athens Ave in Maria Herman's house. Let's think. What else has she done?
Complains about her car.
She complains about her car. And she complains about us being dirty. And she complains about we don't do anything.
I'll be telling her I take showers.
We all take showers.
If I don't take a shower, I might be musty. I just don't. I like to keep myself up and be clean because I go to basketball practice and I try to do a lot. I do a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I get tired. My legs be hurting. Sometimes.
But we clean this house. My room might be messed up, but who cares? It's not like it's nasty.
Only thing she do is cook and drive.
Cook and drive, exactly. And then she complains about driving. Right. My mom could drive. You realize If my mom could drive, she complains about driving. She's talking about how she barely has any money. My mom survives at $18, $16 a month. Cause CPS steals $600 from her. Cause I'm not with her. Cause they took me on some bolts. But she complains about driving. Driving such hard work. All you do is sit on your butt and put your foot down, and put your other foot down, and steer. You move your arms. What is that? I take that over walking everywhere any day.
Right.
And we don't even get to walk. Because they basically lock us in the house and saying we can't go anywhere. It's just arrogant. And then I get a meeting set up because I wanted to leave the house. She says, I don't want you bringing any colds in here because you're going to get sick. You know what? Before I went into foster care and before I was stopped from going outside, I never got sick because I kept my immunities up.
Ever since I got in foster care, I kept getting sick.
Because they start locking you out because you go outside in the cold more, your immunities build up. You stay in the house, your immunities will go down and be like, okay, we don't want to fight that hard. We can chill. We can take a little nap, right? Basically, what your immunities do. But if you're outside in the cold all the time, your body gets used to it and it builds up. Now I can't even take a wind without being like cold. It'll be real nice out. Well, for winter time, it was nice out today. It was nice enough to rain, but it was just light, like a wind, like felt so cold. But before it wasn't nothing to me. It was just a wind. It felt chilly and it felt cold, but like I could handle it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's the point of them buying us the thermal stuff.
We're not allowed to go outside.
Right.
They get us all this thermal thing. Like, really? I don't even get a thermal. I don't have anything thermal. I just got a jacket.
She gave us the hat. I mean shirts and pants is the long johns. And we still can't get to go outside.
We don't even get to go outside. Like, what's the point of having long johns and stuff and all that?
You can't go outside.
I grew up in Wisconsin. It was tradition. Me and my brothers and sisters to go outside. The first snow, we would make snowmen. We go sledding. My brother Chris would go snowboarding. It was just tradition. We always did it first snow, and we did it all year. We went outside all the time, no matter what the weather was. We went outside in the rain. We went outside in the snow. I don't think, maybe once we might have went outside real quick, just to see what it was like in a blizzard. But then we ran back in the house. But we always went outside. Now all of a sudden I get taken from my mom, taken from the only person who ever really truthfully, like, you know, was always there and always cares and always will. I was taken from her and taken from my traditions, my religion, my beliefs, and maybe I was a little they messed with my head a little bit. Let's see what else. I think we got a good lot. She's always messing with my medicine. Always. I don't know how many times she screwed up my medicine and got it to me too late. Or she just didn't get it to me at all. Because they give you the same amount of medicine in both bottles, but somehow I always end up having more sleeping pills than I do morning pills. I don't know if maybe that's because I get it twice a day, so they put more in the bottle. But still, I should still be using it up the same amount. I don't know. That's weird. But probably because she's been missing nights. In fact, I got one that I didn't take this one because she got it to me so late. I didn't want to miss the bus in the morning because it was going to have me still asleep. I got one somewhere in this drawer. Let me find it. Because I didn't take it. Because I didn't want to, be sleeping and miss the bus next morning. Because she gave it to me around 12 o'clock. I was like, I'm not taking that. I'm not supposed to take it at 12. It's against the medicine. It literally says, don't take this after 12. Here it is. It's one of the ones I missed. Here. It's one of the ones I missed. Where's the camera? That's one of the ones I missed. I don't know if you're getting it, but can you tell me if it's getting this on the camera?
It's getting it.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I missed. I'm just gonna put that to the side. We're back in this drawer. She's always missing my medicine. She missed your medicine before?
Yep. And she complained that I be going on my medicine on and off.
Well, that's her fault.
Alright. And then
Bruh.
at one time, I think, I don't know,
and she's been making me miss class. Because there's been times when she knew I was still asleep, but she wanted to see how long. She thought this was funny. She wanted to see how long it would take me to get up. And then, how she's done it a million times. And I missed so much math that I'm failing that class now. So I got work to make up in there. I'm already failing English because I'm done with that class. But I have to get back to that. But the math, that's my first class in the beginning of the day. And the problem is that that's one of the most important classes. That's the class they sure stressing out us from the first day of school. Because at the first assembly, which was the first day of school, that was the main class where I was talking about. You have to have algebra. You have to. You have to have a credit in algebra, a passing credit in algebra to pass freshman year. And that's the class I need to get back to. I need to get my grade up in there, and then I gotta, hopefully they'll go up before finals, and then I gotta get it up on finals. So I gotta pass that final. And there's a packet, and it's like 8 pages long for finals. But I'm failing that class because of her. And she stresses me out, which might be the reason why I'm failing a few other classes. I'm not failing, but I'm not doing good in a few other classes. Because she stresses me out constantly. And yells at me. And drags on me. And complains about me. And calls me names. It calls me racist. It calls me dirty. It calls me this. Calls me that. Talks bad about my mom. Treats my mom bad. Just, oh. Dang, this is a long video. Let's see here. What else? You want to see if Giovanni's awake? I think the wallet was cutting out that video because it's been recording for a while now. I'm gonna go see if he's awake so we can get him on,